First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Ta'amu gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here. That is caught by Cohen. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So, second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So, if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And he completes it to Cohen. And he's taken down inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 28.
That's another Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's complete to Robinson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. It's their quarterback. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bears take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
70, Indy.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long day.
Ready?
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew complete. It's Henry. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Well, that last completion is certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd.
Yeah.
Stay.
Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
At the 16-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Double time. You got 3 down. Slam. Eddie Weapon. Kill. Hey, turn it up. Yeah. Motion.
Back to throw. He finds Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
At the 37-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, alert 3.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game. You know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Now back to throw. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw here. He completes this into the hands of Miller. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Get him, boy.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 43-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Lions 0.
Throwing again on second down. Ta'amu. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they tried the field goal from just inside of 70 yards. It missed, and now this offense set up nicely at midfield. A first down carry for Henry. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
94. Hey, Haywood.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Bears' 46-yard line.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Minshew. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Flushed out right. He'll run it. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Ready. 61. Mike right here. We go Mike 40, Mike 40. Double dog.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it's a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, check, check. Just. Mike 40, Mike 40.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ta'amu. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good pickup, 17 yards and a bare first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready. Check, check. He's coming. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Robinson. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Give him 32 on the play.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
Ready, break.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know
a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
45, Mike, 45.
Now, hurry, be grip.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
They'll set up a throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. He's got his tight end, Burton. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Derrick Henry. And some room to run now. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down. Lions on a pickup of 13.
Brought him down. A gain of 13 yards. And the Lions first down.
On the double. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers. You better be afraid of me. Begin. Check. Yo, go. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. Henry. And some room to maneuver. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads. I mean, you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit. He is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Derrick Henry all alone. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point put through by Boswell, and that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Hey. We got 3 down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Ta'amu. And an alley to run. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one good for 37 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They'll drop the throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Bears push further out in front. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
X3, 218, chopper.
Shit.
And
Set.
on the snap.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw it. Minshew completes it to Miller. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down. They're going to try and throw. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Ta'amu. It's complete to Robinson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
That's good for the Bears. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Squeeze.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception. Interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Throwing on first down is Minshew. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Snags it for the pick. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard.
And this is going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They can't stop Bruce Irvin there as he slips in for the sack. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Hey, dude. Hey. Hey, Sam on.
Minshew throwing on third down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 2nd and 15 now. Minshew being chased out left. And he's going to keep it here. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun is Minshew. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35. For the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Keep playing, fellas. But it's 4th down. Woo! Let's get it.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run. It's Henry. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Henry. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Topper!
On 2nd down, Minshew. He completes it to Henry. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 34-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Bombers, 22 jet bombers. Hey, Delta. Hey, go.
Here's Minshew. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
50, plant.
Check my 21. You got nothing today. You got nothing. Hatch it.
Hey, exit. Speed driven.
Minshew, 1st and 10. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And Justin Coleman brings him down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jarrad Davis. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
2 yards on the pickup.
Set the tone, defense.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Minshew. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, they go right back to Cohen.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 2nd down at the 24-yard line.
Let's go. Hey, Mike, go. Here we go. Mike's 40. Mike's 40. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
In your face.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen, and he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? Got some room at the 30. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Check it back. Check 26. Check 26. Jam. Check 99. Check 99.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away.
Derwin James on the coverage.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete. Sets up 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Watch the whip. Chance. Leo, you got tight. You got tight right there. Go.
They'll try and run for it. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears.